Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that I mentioned I would kind of go over in one of my vlogs. I mentioned to you guys that I was kind of trying to boost my resume and improve it because in the past my resumes haven't been super strong. Generally it's my interviewing that there's more strength in rather than me putting together a resume. So I wanted to do a little bit of a disclaimer and just like let you guys know I'm no expert. I've redone my resume quite a few times and tried to get tips and tricks from other people. My advice is by no means the be all and end all of resume advice. I just wanted to give you guys some tips that I know have worked for me and that I thought may be helpful to you guys as well. Just had a little bit of an adjustment. The sun is setting and that's kind of a nightmare for filming videos when you do it with natural light. So I've shifted positions. It may happen again, depends how quickly I get this video done. So I wanted to start by just jumping right into my personal resume and using that as an example, both for what I think is a good idea to add and what is maybe not the best. Which is funny, these are things that I know should be improved about my resume and I'm currently working on them or have already changed them. So we'll start with the kind of summary that I have on my resume, which I personally think is a good idea if you don't have a cover. So for a lot of jobs that I've been applying to, I don't have a cover letter for them. So I think that adding a kind of summary about me, but more so just like about what you're looking for, kind of like an introductory paragraph is a good idea. When employers are looking at a resume, they're kind of looking at it like they're looking at them quickly, you know what I mean? They're not taking half an hour per resume to go through everything in detail and really analyze the resume. So you want your most important things to be first. So that's why I like to include that little summary. It tells them a little bit about me. For example, it says that I'm a student in this area of study. This is why I'm passionate about this area of study, and kind of for me personally, it says that I'm almost finished my degree so that employers know that I'm kind of ready to start training, if not very, very close to beginning a job. So then, like I said, because employers are going to kind of scan your resume, look at it quickly, not look at everything in detail, I think that it's important to have the most important points about you higher up on your resume so that that's what the employer sees first. So I first list my education just because the jobs I'm applying for right now are related to my education. Your resume will probably change a lot. You can cater it to what job you're actually applying for or the types of jobs you're applying for, and that may increase your chances of getting one type of job over another. But if this type of job is the one you're looking for, then that's how you want to organize your resume. So I list my education next because, like I said, I'm currently or soon going to be applying for jobs in computer science. So I think it's important that people see that I'm going to have a bachelor's in computer science. And I also take the time to list any related courses I've done, because courses that I've done in university are where most of my computer science experience comes from. Like besides that, I don't have that many projects on the side just because I've been working while in school as well, and I have other hobbies that I like besides computer science. Like my entire life doesn't revolve around it. So it's really, I don't really have projects outside of it besides web development that I've done. So I list all of the courses that I've taken that are related to computer science, which is all of them pretty much. As well as courses that I'm currently enrolled in, because those are ones that I will have. So if that's an asset for a company, I want them to see it. So for example, right now or in the fall, I'll be enrolled in a cryptography course or in a software engineering course. So if I'm going to be going into software and I'm applying before I graduate, I want companies to see that I'm currently taking that course. It's just not one that I've fully finished yet. So then I list my skills and abilities, which I think is also important just because it overall shows an employer what you're actually capable of, what you've learned. I list both my technical skills, which is like programming languages that I have experience in, or Adobe Creative Suite, for example, because I can use things like Premiere Pro for video editing or Photoshop and Illustrator for photo editing. So I list those, as well as soft skills, which I think, I mean, like I said, again, I'm not an employer, but I think that it's important for them to see what you're capable of doing outside of your technical skills. So like, are you a very goal-driven person? Are you really, really good at working in a team? because if those are things that are your strengths, then it's really nice for an employer to see how you work with people, how you work independently, and just in general how you work, because I think it's really difficult to just look at the technical skills you have and know what kind of a person you are. And obviously that matters in a workplace. You know, it matters how well you get along with people. It matters where your strengths are as far as social skills go. And these are probably things that you're going to be asked in an interview. I'm pretty sure I have been asked about my strengths and weaknesses in every single interview I've ever been in. So I like to have some soft skills listed as well. And then after that, I list my experience. I would recommend, I think if you have experience in the field that you're currently applying into, I would almost put the experience above your skills or above your education. Just because if I had more computer science experience in my actual work experience, I would put that higher on my resume so that they can see that. But because my experience as far as paid work goes hasn't been heavily in computer science fields, I kept that a little lower because I don't think it's as important for them to see, since it doesn't actually relate to the job. And I think it's more important for them to see my education, the courses I'm in, and any skills that I do have related to it, rather than the fact that my part-time and summer work hasn't actually been in computer science. So that pretty much goes over my resume. My resume is about a page and a little bit long. I was gonna mention some tips. So like in the past, I've been told that your resume shouldn't be any longer than 1 page. I personally, in like my past jobs, when I've seen resumes or when I've been asked to like kind of help go through resumes, they're pretty much always longer than 1 page. They're usually 1 page and a little bit. And I think that as you gain more experience and you learn more, you have to grow your resume, but also refine it so that only the most important pieces are there. Like, I don't think a resume that's longer than 2 pages, I don't think that employers that I've had would even take a second look at it. They would probably glance at the first page, and then anything after that, they may not even look at. Like I said, your resume can vary a lot depending on what you're actually applying to. So my resume, if I was applying to something computer science related, I'm gonna put my education and my technical skills first. However, if I'm applying to something like social media related, obviously my creative projects and hobbies and stuff like YouTube would go above those, because that relates more to the job and I want them to see that I have that first. So you can adjust it based on what job you're actually applying to, as well as using keywords in your summary or in your abilities and that kind of thing, to kind of catch the eye of specific employers that you may be applying to. So like I said, again, in my summary, I use keywords like a bachelor's of science in computer science and tech industry, so that kind of immediately catches the eye of the person reading the resume. But also because, so job sites like Indeed, for example, that's one that we have in Canada. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but job sites like that will pull sections from your resume and use that as search criteria when employers are looking for you, to say that you're like a good candidate. So if that's the kind of job you're applying to, you can use keywords like that. My last tip, I think, is to make yourself sound good. So don't take that the wrong way. Don't make yourself sound so amazing that you can't actually live up to it. But I had an issue where I would leave out certain skills if I wasn't quite as good as I thought I needed to be with them, or I would leave out a job or a volunteer experience or like projects, like even YouTube related things that I did on the side, because I thought it wasn't good enough or it wasn't relevant. But at the end of the day, you can make yourself sound a little bit better on a resume, as long as it's something that you can live up to with like a little bit more training or a little bit more learning. And for all you know, that making yourself sound that little bit better may get you the job that you want. And then obviously you're willing to work and to put in a little bit extra effort to be at the level that you claim you are on your resume. So that's why I think it's not a huge issue to make yourself sound a little bit better than maybe you actually think you are. And if it does help you land your dream job, then obviously you're willing to put in the work to be at that level anyways. So yeah, those are my tips on resume writing. Like I said, I'll say it again, I am not amazing. I am not trained at writing resumes. I'm not trained to like review them or analyze them, but these are tips that I've collected from people, from the internet, even from employers over the years, that I think can really help boost a resume and make it look that much better. So hopefully you guys gained something from it. Leave any other tips that you have for resume writing down below, because if you came to this video, extra tips will probably be more than helpful and more than appreciated. And I'm gonna look through them because I'm always looking for ways to improve my resume. I need to go eat because I'm literally shaking. I need a banana. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.